Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for another presentation of the Mystic Racing League and their newly rebranded truck series, the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. This time at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Black Diamond Designs 175. Should be a fun one, as Charlotte always provides and this league always provides. Talk more about that in just a second. But first and foremost, I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook, and you are watching VSPEED. Check us out at VSPEED Sim on X or at VSPEEDSim.com on the World Wide Web. Get your fill of iRacing action, broadcasting leagues every day of the week, including right now here for the Mystic Racing League, Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. Let's have a little chat about this particular racing facility. One that is given to drivers free for joining iRacing. You don't have to purchase this one on top of the subscription. Charlotte Motor Speedway, the most commonly run racetrack on iRacing, whether it be the oval like we see now, whether it be the Roval, the road course added a few years ago, or whether it's the Legends Oval on the front stretch. There are many combinations here of this racetrack. This time we're going to go in the tried and true 1.5 mile oval, 24 degrees of banking in the corners. Two very different corners here, 1 and 2. Pretty standard, like any other 1.5 miles, really. You just dive down to the bottom or roll the top and everything is fine. You get down to turn number 3, though, big bump down there. You cannot run the bottom. You can't do an early entry to the bottom. You have to run a wide arcing line to be able to get it to the bottom, or you run the high side as you would anywhere else. One of the very unique racetracks, also highly temperature sensitive. We'll talk about weather when we get to the grid, but a couple degree change in the weather will make these trucks drive drastically different. about 20 seconds away here from hitting the grid, seeing where all your drivers qualified. Big field here tonight. 28 drivers attempting to qualify. I believe they're only taking the top 26. We're going to have to see who is in and who is not in here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Been hosting great racing since 1960. Now let's get over to your grid here. Let's figure out where your favorite driver is going to start tonight. Starting on the pole. Driver was the fastest in practice. That's Cody Giles. In the 5, Curtis White going to start alongside his outside. In second, very close on the times for those two. Third spot tonight is going to be Jacob Cochran. Colin Bollinger is going to start in 4th. 5th tonight, Adam Holston in the 8. Michael Wade will start in 6th. 7th will be Derek Jewett in the 45. Brad Nelson rolls off the 8th position. Row 5 belongs to Brett Rinn and Rayshawn Winkfield, newcomer here in this series. He will roll off in the 10th position. 11th tonight is going to belong to Christian Barnes in the 27. Aaron Espy will start in 12th. 13th on our starting grid will be Zach White in the 77. Harold Tucker III starts in 14th. 15th will be Caleb Hunt in the 78. Andy Berry rolls off in 16th. Making up row 9 is Andrew Allen in the 96 and Joshua Thornton in the 29. 19th will be Stephen Gill in the 01. John Ullman starts 20th. That rounds out your top 20. 21st, Scott Millard in the 54. Alan Zukov makes up the 11th row in the 22nd. 23rd will be Jared Knopfschneider in the 82. Alex Pollock starts 24th. The last row of your field here is going to be Reggie Kime in the 9, Gavin Hinson in the 26. That leaves Ronnie Foster, Chris Cherninsky to not qualify, along with Joshua Gillen in the 10. I don't believe these drivers are eligible to run in this race. Now, we're going to find out here, though, in just a few moments if that is, in fact, the case. But let's get down to a track view here of the Charlotte Motor Speedway from well above this racetrack. Flying over the parking lot outside of the front stretch here, you see that beautiful facility, that very big LED screen that they made. Very shortly after it was created, Texas said, "Hold my alcoholic beverage. I'm going to make one slightly bigger," as everything is bigger in Texas, and Big Hoss was born. As the field rolls off of pit road, let's check out your race analysis. 117 laps is the scheduled distance here tonight. Pit road speed is 45 miles an hour. 5 tire sets available to these trucks. I don't believe you're going to use all of them, but I've been wrong before. You have one faster pair just in case things go a little bit sideways. Stage number 1 is at lap number 30. 40 to 45 laps of fuel, meaning no pit stop in stage number 1 or stage number 2. In fact, fuel might not be concerned very much at all in this race. You probably will need to make a pit stop there in that final stage, be about 10 laps short. And stage 2, of course, is at lap number 65. We see a few drivers here falling to the back of the field. Many, many drivers missed the drivers' meeting, which is going to render them having to start at the back of the field. There was about 11 drivers that missed the driver meeting before the session opened. That is a rule in this series, that if you miss the drivers meeting, you must go to the back of the field. So that is unfortunate for your pole sitter, Cody Giles, who obviously has a fast truck, was fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, and now is going to start shotgun on the field here all the way at the back. Meaning Jacob Cochran is going to lead us to green next time around. Pace light should go out. There they go. Barney's already holding that green flag. He's ready. He's fired up. The starter cam, you can see him. He's very excited to wave that piece of fabric in the air and let these gladiators do battle here at one of NASCAR's most famous coliseums, Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the largest field I have seen in this series this year. Great, glad to see it. Very excited to see what kind of race we get here tonight. Fun racetrack. really rewards patience, precision. The difference between under and over driving, turn number 3 is as much as feet, both into the corner and laterally. If you miss your mark by a foot left, a foot right, it's going to have severe consequences of how that truck drives down to the bottom of the racetrack. That nice blue and white line will absolutely change the way that truck handles for the rest of the run. We'll talk all about it once we get up to green, get up to speed, and get after it. It's going to roll into the restart zone. We're racing at Charlotte. Lead lap 1, it's going to be Jacob Cochran. We've seen him up front a lot here in the last few weeks. Other drivers been up front a lot. Adam Holston was loose as we did the in the corner camera out of turn number 3. Sideways was that white, pink, and blue. Number 8, we got some trucks bobbing and weaving in the back here, almost going 3 wide, looking for it here. We are going to be 3 wide in the center of the corner. Oh my goodness. 01 is driving that truck right now. We're loose, we're tight. Hinson's in the side of him. That's Stephen Gill. Still can't sort this out. Colin Bellinger. Qualified 4th, of course, missed the driver meeting to start in the back of the field here. He's trying to sort it out. A little further up, Andy Berry. Door to door with Joshua Thornton as they rumble through turn number 4 off the corner. Watch how quick this wall comes up here. Barry got it. Just a kiff as Holston went and led that lap, took it away. Jacob Cochran. As they roll off of turn number 2, look at the momentum go to the high side. You'll see that all night. Bottom is great, entry to center, but center off, that high side is where it's at. Unless he was able to get that thing rotated, not hit the fence, unless you catch that wall off a 4. Very, very easy to do here. Let's ride on board with Holston. See what he's doing. These trucks are ill handling right now. You see the leader's up in the fence. Leader just caught the wall. Holston going to go to the bottom, try and take advantage. Your top 5 have spread out by a significant margin. It is a ways back to Joshua Thornton. Still battle for the lead here. Holston has got it sorted for now. But it's this battle right here. Thornton, Barry. They are 2.5 behind Rayshawn Winfield. Oh, way to the high side is Giles. He started shotgun on the field all the way up to 8th. We got a driver way off the racetrack in front of him. Who was that? Was that Holston, potentially? No, I don't know who that was. Truck way down on the apron. But clearly able to keep it pointed in the right direction here. As the right direction for the 5 is forward. He is moving there in a hurry. Oh, got blocked by the 29 as he tried to roll up the high side of turn number 1. Loose condition, big time for the 25. He's going to go all the way up the racetrack and to lose 2. Probably even 3 spots here as Giles dives at the bottom. Lap number 7, Thornton in the outside wall. That's going to give the spot to the 5. And look out, top 5. You have a visitor. 1.2 seconds back and see how quickly he's able to catch up as Barry's still trying to settle it out here. This time beside Brett Rinn in the 24. Might have Christian Barnes get to the door of the 25. And here comes Caleb Hunt in that 78 machine. Good battles all the way throughout this field. A few drivers with issues. Joshua Gillen I don't believe he got heavy damage on the front of that machine. Reggie Kime as well. They are 6 and 8 laps off the pace, respectively. Did not catch what happened to those drivers, unfortunately. This is the battle back here for 21st. As Rayshon Winkfield going to go around Harold Tucker III. This for 4th. Top 5 single file out significantly. Cody Giles is a man on a mission as well right now. He is catching very quickly Harold Tucker III. We are about a quarter of the way through the fuel run. Oh, look how hard Giles is driving it. Let's get it on board here. Watch that steering wheel tape, folks. You can see how much it points back to the right on the exit. Means he is definitely feeling this thing, trying to get it to not spin right on the edge of grip. Well, he caught the apron there, trying to get it to pull it around the corner. There's a little bit of grip down right on that blue line. If you hit it right, the left front will grab on that grip strip, and it'll pull you around the corner and free the truck up. So if you're battling a tight truck, that is absolutely a trick you can use to try and free it up and get it through the corner without wrecking. The drivers here, including a new look for Andrew Allen. You can see him in a green and black machine this time. It's got an eagle on it as Joshua Thornton had a moment. What happened to the 29? He's up in the outside wall. Let's go back, check it out on an instant replay. They go into the corner here. Might be his teammate. Oh, it was Jewett. Got him. Yeah, just moved him up out of the way. Great job to not involve anybody else. That is going to be a frustrating issue here for the 29 machine. Back to live. Thornton's fallen back to 29, so we go 3 wide. Another truck off the racetrack. That is Ullman, I believe, having a bit of a moment. What happened to the 34 here? Another replay. It was Ullman. Oh, he got loose off the corner. Tried to rejoin beside Brett Rinn. Was not having it. He rejoins somewhat safely. Very eventful couple laps for drivers in the middle of this field here, as we are still fighting these trucks all over the place. Driver up on the move here is Rayshon Winkfield. Has found the go pedal. In the 23, he's going to dive to the bottom. Jacob Cochran try and take second away. Cochran's in the fence. That should give the spot to the 23. There goes Nelson. There goes Giles. Here comes the 79 as well. We got a bit of a scare there. Did Harold Tucker III. Move Cochran back 4 spots in one set of corners. And here comes Jewett. In the 45. Andy Berry as well. He's tagging along in 8th. Hard to miss that one. Yellow and black on that 25 truck. There it is. He's sure diagnosing this racetrack well. Cough, cough. I know what I did there. Anyway. Back up front, Adam Holston is your leader. An eventful first 16 laps, still without caution. Not without incident, though. A few drivers having issues. Jared Knopfschneider in the 82, now 3 laps off the pace, just returned back onto the racing surface, has also used the fast repair. Not sure why Reggie Kime didn't use a fast repair. He's still on pit road fixing a damaged black flag. And Joshua Gillen, I don't believe, actually started this race. Cochran falls back one more this time. Jewett's going to get him. Now Andy Berry's got a chance to get around the 84 machine. Let's keep it locked right here. Yeah, something is wrong with the 84. Maybe it could be damage, could just be he burned the tires up trying to go get the lead and trying to keep it from Olsen. Something is not working here for the 84 driver we usually see drive away from the field is now falling through it. numerology for you. The 16 machine currently running in the 16th position. That can only mean good things for Aaron Espy. Although it was hard to find this truck on the racetrack. Had to find that orange roof, and that's the only way I could see it. As he tries to pass Andrew Allen for 15. And that new look, number 96. Still can't make that pass, though. Probably hard to make a pass when you got a bald eagle staring you down. Can't quite see it from right here, but you'll see it just in a second off the left side of your screen, right side of your screen. There is a bald eagle, and it is not looking terribly pleased at the door of the 16 machine. As Christian Barnes shot out of a cannon here, he's going to get around Andy Barry. As Cochran gets passed by both of them. Back to 9th is the 84. Caleb Hunt trying to make a pass on, actually Gavin Hinson trying to make a pass on Caleb Hunt. Hinson started way in the back as well. He is up here to the 12th position. A good run for the 39. That's a lot of trucks here so far. He started in 26th, up 14. By far the biggest mover of the race. Other big movers, Harold Tucker III is plus 10. So is Alex Pollock in the 92, also plus 10. Biggest faller through the race here has been Michael Wade to this point. I cannot confirm if he had a penalty to start the race or not. Regardless, he has dropped 13 spots down to 19th from where he started in 6th. As we have two trucks simultaneously slide off the corner. That was Zukov and White. Both of them save it. White a little more worse for wear than Zukov at the moment. As Ullman sandwiched in between them after that odd contact with the 24 with the loose condition off of turn number 4. We should be about halfway through this fuel run. So we'll look back at Scott Miller here in the 54. He is about to go a lap down here, about 6 seconds ahead of the leader. Might be able to see him off the rear bumper. There they are. There's your leader off of turn number 4. And what a great time to look at the driver who's moving through the field here. How about this 23 of Rayshawn Wingfield? Haven't seen this guy before, but oh boy, can he wheel this truck early here at Charlotte. He's trying to get the lead away from Holston. Holston's going to get loose off the corner, give the spot to Wingfield. Going to easily clear it on the backstretch. 23 is on a mission right now. Unfortunately, probably going to get docked a points penalty for having the wrong banner on the truck, but that's a problem for another day. New leader here. 23 machine, Rayshawn Wingfield takes the lead at lap number 23. Driver having trouble here. Looks like Scott Miller. Is that John Ullman? It is John Ullman. What happened to the 34? Was just running okay. Now heavy damage. Let's see what happened here. Already spun. What happened? Oh, big crash on the front stretch. No caution. Go back one more time. It's the 34 and the 29. 29's up front a little further here. Loose condition off the corner. Oh, brings it back up into traffic right in the way of John Ullman, who didn't see him. 29 and 34 around in the infield. No caution here at Charlotte. Surprising, but no caution. Back here to live shot. Come down pit road, of course, as both those drivers are a lap down right now. Last driver on the lead lap, still Scott Millard, now in 22nd, gained a few spots out of that chaos. Although he will not be on the lead lap for much longer, as your leader, Rayshawn Wingfield, is absolutely hauling the mail right now. Started in the 10th position, already up to the first place position. Of course, some of those were because of penalties. By the time this race is over, we will know just how fast that truck is. As we have a caution on the racetrack, it is Alan Zukov has gone around. Let's see what brought out this caution. Oh, yep, that'll do it every time. Back a little bit further here. Got a battle. 91 in the 3. The 9's right behind him. Reggie Kime having a tough start to this race. Potentially a tight condition here for the 91. Not yet. Everything looks so good. So far, so good. Oh, it came off the racetrack a little too far in front of Reggie Kime. Got right hooked, of course, unintentionally. That's going to bring out a caution. Every time that'll bring out a caution. Well, what a good little half stint we got going on there. Now it's time to hit pit road. Don't even really have to think about it, I wouldn't think. If some drivers are going to stay out here, that's an interesting call. I guess stage coming up here in 3 laps, that would do it. Does make it an interesting time for this caution. The race announcement is back on the screen. Remember, stage at lap number 30. I almost forgot myself. And when we go back green, that should be a 1-lap dash to the end of the stage. Going to give Harold Tucker III, Christian Barnes, Derek Jewett, Gavin Hinson, and Caleb Hunt a great opportunity for some stage points. As the top 7 stay out, everyone else on the pit lane. Add Andrew Allen and Michael Wade to that top 5 I just mentioned. Those drivers have stayed out. Rayshon Winkfield going to roll off in 8th here on the restart with 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. But not that Eagle, different Eagle. Let's look at Andrew Allen. Up 10 positions from where he started. At least where he qualified, I should say. That is going to give, I think Alan Zukov here is going to be on the lead lap. Joshua Thornton, first driver a lap down. John Ullman is 2 down. Knopp Schneider, 3 down. Reggie Kime is 17 laps off the pace. He's still getting damage repaired on that 9 machine. Joshua Gillen, of course, did not start this event. That is going to be all the drivers not on the lead lap. As we start to double up. Going green this time by. Could be coming back here for the stage end. See if that triggers a quickie yellow or not. But all those drivers who just pit, including your leader, Rayshon Winkfield, Adam Holston, Brad Nelson, Cody Giles, Andy Berry, and so on, those drivers, of course, are trying to flip this stage. They hit the pit lane before the stage ends. All these drivers in front of them have to pit because they can't make it any further on fuel. They can go 17 laps, but they're going to be in a bad spot throughout the rest of the race. So they come down pit road to the stage, and all these drivers who just pit, it's like go back up to the front where they were on fairly new equipment. Might come down for fuel only, but the tires are going to leave them just the way they were. There's your field, doubled up. Ready to rumble here. Pace truck. Going to make the hard turn down to pit road. Field in the hands of Harold Tucker III and Derek Jewett. Into the Gunker restart zone. Oh, that's an illegal start if I've ever seen one. Yep, that about sums it up. That should be a black flag all day on the 79. Somehow Christian Barnes are going to get out of here with the lead. Rayshon Winkfield in second as, wow. That is how not to restart, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back and have a look at it here. Back to Harold Tucker. I believe this is going to give the stage win to Christian Barnes, if I'm not mistaken. That would be your stage winner here at lap number 30. Congratulations, Christian Barnes. But let's go back and let's diagnose that restart here. So Harold Tucker, we're going to go on board. All right, so here we are. We are going to watch the tachometer, if we can here. I don't love to use this view, but we're going to do it here for just a second. So you can see the tachometer. Pace truck leaves pit lane. You know what, actually? Other than, I mean, spinning tires was unfortunate. That was actually a perfectly legal restart. I apologize, everything I said, incorrect on that. Perfectly legal, he just didn't go. And that is absolutely okay. You have that right as the leader to not jump. Let's go back and see it one more time here. From the blimp view, you have the right as the leader here. See, just watch, he doesn't go before the second white line. There's the first one, just doesn't go, doesn't go, doesn't go. Now, it's on everybody else behind him to time it properly. So everyone tries to jump the start, and they end up piling into each other. It looked like it was a jackrabbit start, which is when you accelerate quickly, then stomp on the brake pedal, then accelerate again. But that's just how everyone else looked. That actually, the 78, 79 held his speed in Harold Tucker III. The unfortunate part of it is that he spun the tires, so he couldn't take advantage of the start, got spun off the nose of the 27. And the big winner of that really was Rayshon Winkfield, because he went from 8th up to 2nd, got second place stage points, and has some of the freshest tires in the field. So again, I want to put a bow on this. My apologies to Harold Tucker III. Absolutely was a legal restart, at least in my eyes. Just made a mistake getting the power down on those older tires. Obviously got it spun around for him off the nose of the 27. Sure be some unhappy drivers in the field, but when you try and jump a restart, time a restart like that, and you time it wrong, these things happen. Sometimes the best defense is waiting until the very last moment in the zone because people don't typically expect it. Regardless, unfortunately, a lot of trucks got banged up in that. Some drivers still on pit lane. Joshua Thornton, Reggie Kime still on the pit road. Everyone else has gotten their trucks sorted. A few drivers have used their fast repairs. Gavin Hinson, John Ullman, Jared Knopfschneider, Reggie Kime, and Joshua Thornton have all used a fast repair. Of course, every driver had one to start the day. Gavin Hinson, last driver on the lead lap back in 23rd. Rayshon Winkfield is your leader. Cody Giles in second. This should be a good battle. These have been the two fastest trucks here all day long. Gear through. Turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if we can have a little bit better restart than the last one here. No old tires up at the front. Restart in the hand of Winkfield. He waited late, but he didn't go with the last possible second. Caught the 5 sleeping a little bit. He is going to easily clear for the lead. And here comes Alex Pollock. Not quite going to clear off the corner. No, 3 wide. How about it? Here comes Curtis White out of nowhere. Not quite going to do it here. Blocked to the bottom. He's 4. Oh, it's going to be tight. Giles right to the quarter panel of Winkfield. Remember, we saw this 23 not be terribly stout on the long run. Really pulled. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Wreck. Stephen Gill is around. Oh, how did he save that thing? How's he still saving this truck? We got to go back and watch that. Well, that truck is destroyed now. I just saw this truck sideways off of turn 4, and somehow we all still keep it pointed in the right direction. What happened here? Cody Giles has taken the lead. We'll get back to it as soon as we can here. But this is a save and a half for some of these drivers. Look at the 53 able to keep it pointed in the right direction. Heavy damage for the 01. Other than that, everyone is okay in this incident. New leader, number 5, Cody Giles. Rayshon Winkfield, the class of the field today, all made it up to the front. And Curtis White did, in fact, qualify second. He had to start in the back as well for missing that driver's meeting, so really your fast 3 of the day have all found their way up to the front of the field. Alex Pollock is up 20 positions from where he qualified. He's up to 4th in the 92, and Jacob Cochran was fast early in that last one, but fell back significantly as he's going to catch the wall here out of turn number 2. Long run not agreeing with the 84. Maybe he's been able to figure out what it was that made him so tight and not able to drive that thing, as battle for the lead is back. Across the line, give it to Giles again. We're going to send it down to turn number 1. Giles trying to work the bottom here. As look at the run. The 06 was alongside the 23, middle of the corner on the exit. He's up beside the 5. That's how much the high side can get it done off the corner. And into the outside wall is White. Giles is going to lead the lap. Winfield's going to get the momentum. Will Pollock be able to follow him through as well? It looks like the answer is yes. White falls back, possibly tire damage, suspension damage on the right front, as we saw time with a little bit of a smoke screen here in front of the field. He's well down below the apron and out of harm's way. 40 laps is where the lap we're gonna start here. Once we get the start finish line right now. Driver we haven't talked about much. We saw him collide with the 01. Colin Bollinger, the 53, the flat Dr. Pepper machine. Diet Dr. Pepper, apologies everyone. Started up in the 4th spot from the qualifying effort. He's back to the 10th position. Short run speed, not a problem. Long run speed, bit of a question mark here for the 53. Of course, he had to start in the back as well. Go back up to the front of the field here. So we got a great battle still. This quartet still trying to find the right tune. Giles pulls away by 2. Then Winkfield, about half back to Pollock, and another 1 back to White. When you can measure your top 4 in car lengths, you know you're having a good race. We absolutely are here on VSPEED. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out at VSPEED Sim on X or VSPEEDSim.com on the World Wide Web. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of the racing action that you can't get anywhere else. Still trying to battle. This time, Winkfield's going to take that spot away. Led a good amount of laps today. Has the 23, 8 of them, including second in the stage. Giles has led 7 of them here recently. As Jacob Cochran is still trying to keep tabs on this group, and behind him, Brad Nelson is well trying to keep pace. Got Brett Rinn all over the back bumper of that 33. Let's check out this battle from Rinn's perspective. Ooh, outside wall for the 33, a little bit loose there off the corner. Here, this thing just wound right up. A bit of a maybe tight condition on entry there. Touch free on the exit. If that's not Charlotte, I don't know what is. It's tight in, loose off. That is such a classic combination here. How about this? How about this 53 machine? Really impressing. He's going to go up here and he's going to pass Brett Rinn. Almost like he's standing still. You'd think Flash was out here pushing this truck, because your front 4 are all side by side with each other. Pollock loose off the corner. There you see. We've got battles all over this racetrack. Oh, to the bottom goes the 33. What happened? Oh, he's going to hit the 24. What happened? Caution is out on the speedway. What just happened? Brad Nelson. Did he get bumped from behind by the 53? Let's check it out. That was bizarre. So we see here off of turn 2, Nelson's got a good run, but he got wicked loose, had to lift. Oh, he did get a bump. He got a bump right as he went to turn the steering wheel, sent him below the apron. Couldn't bring it back on track safely and caught Brett Rinn. That has got to be so frustrating for both of those guys. As neither of them really did anything wrong. Brett Rinn with a meatball, in fact. That thing is destroyed. Let's look at the right front as he goes by. Doesn't have the wibble wobble to it, but it's definitely got some heavy, heavy damage. Don't know if we're choosing this time. I don't think so. Of course, this is one of the leagues in iRacing that uses the choose rule. Not an iRacing standard rule, if you will, but gives drivers the ability to pick which lane they would like to restart in, whether it be the top or the bottom. Usually, you have to make it very clear. Are you going to go above the seam or below the seam to pick your position? You can gain or lose spots depending on where you choose. It's quite an interesting rule. I've had it in other leagues. It's great when it is well governed and well admined. Of course, we have a live admin here tonight, that being none other than Mr. Mystic, Brandon Willard, making sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to do out here. And when you have a good admin, a good race director is able to kind of keep on top of all the penalties, make sure everyone is doing the right thing, it really can be a fun environment to race in, as I believe now we'll do the choose as everyone's off of pit road. Top 10 on older tires, 15 or 19 laps old, depending on when they last stopped. Alex Pollock in 11th on back, where the lead lap drivers are on fresh tires, except for Stephen Gill, who took a wave around to try and get back on the lead lap. He is on 11 lap old tires. Now let's see where our drivers going to start. Looks like Winkfield's going to choose the very outside line, make it really obvious for us, and Giles down to the bottom. Looks like it's a split decision so far, top being much preferred. Now it's the bottom that's preferred. Now from here it's just guess, because you don't really ever know who's going where. That might be a penalty for the 01. Not exactly sure where the choose line is there, but field is now all chosen up, if you will, choosed up. I don't know what the grammar looks like for that one, but regardless, every driver has chosen where they want to restart this time. Do a quick race recap for you as we approach halfway. 3 cautions for 9 lead changes. 2 for cause. 1 was the stage that was also technically for cause, a restart caution. A little look at the weather as well. 124 on the racetrack. I talked at the top of the show about how this is the most weather-dependent racetrack, as we have another lap to go here. Not sure what happened. A delayed green here. 123 now on the track temp. This thing is sideways. We've seen a lot of drivers struggle to put the power down up off of, especially turn 4, but also turn 2. That's what's making that tight in as you drive into the corner and the front wheels don't want to do anything. And then you put the power down and the rear wheels say, I'll take over from here. The front tires still don't want to do anything. Rear tires want to slip out from under you. That's what makes that interesting tight in, loose center off condition that all these drivers seem to be facing here today. But as I've always told the people who make setups for me and the people who help me make setups, that I would much rather drive a loose vehicle than a tight one, because at least I'll be having fun as I'm falling backwards through the field. So we have another delay of the green here. This is going to put us in an interesting spot. Remember, stage at lap number 65. Let's get that up on the screen. Stage 2 at lap number 65. So we are about 16 laps from that. Still not going green here. Might be next time. We'll see if we can grab someone, have a chat with them. But for now, I believe we're going one to go here. But a fun one so far. But an absolutely great race. This is one of those races that makes everybody watching. If you have iRacing, this is the kind of race that makes you want to get on the racetrack. I am itching to get behind one of these trucks and drive in this race. I imagine Brandon Willard, our race controller, is feeling the same thing. Wants to get in this race because it has just been such a fun one to run. And now it looks like we're going to go one more caution lap here. So we're going to step aside here for just a second, take a quick commercial break. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League, the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. The Black Diamond Designs 175 here on VSPEED. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live on VSPEED, Mystic Racing League. The Black Diamond Designs 175 here for the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. I've just gotten word from race director Brandon Willard that we have a bit of a technical difficulty here with one of the drivers. We are going to be creating a separate lobby and resuming this race, making it essentially a 67-lap race, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to go under a quick intermission, get everything set up, switch over to our affiliate station. Just kidding. We're going to keep it right here in this stream. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll see if we can grab some drivers while we get things set up and really have a good chat here. But just so everyone knows, we got some issues here we're trying to work out. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned here for VSPEED. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get that up on the screen here. VSpeedSim.com on X. Sorry, VSpeedSim.com on the internet, at VSpeedSim on X. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be back in just a few minutes. Quick update, everybody. We're still here. The Black Diamond Designs 175 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. New session going up momentarily. This gives us a great opportunity to interview some drivers, and no one better than the one who's driven all the way from the back to the front. How about Cody Giles?
Yes, who?
Cody Giles, working up the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, you, good sir, have been very fast here tonight. So we take a little intermission break here while we get things straightened out. You started up on the pole, if I'm not mistaken, fell back through the field due to a penalty and worked all the way back up to the front of the field, led some laps. What's the key to success here for the 5 tonight?
Just survive, man. Literally, when we were going back through up the field, I didn't really know how. I didn't realize of how very sensitive the tires were. I mean, I knew it was hot. It was hot during practice. It was hot during qualifying. So when we were moving through the field, man, it was like my car went from going very fast to I was literally wheeling it like I was in a 410 sprint car. So strategy really is to just save these tires. These tires, man, it's a hassle to kind of be able to keep a pace. Really, you have to really set a pace because if you go all out, I mean, there's a chance that you're going to be in the fence before the race is over with. So we kind of knew that going into the first stage there. So going through the field, just 100%, just trying to make up the spots that we lost at the start of the race. So just trying to, survive and take care of the tires and try to manage to finish in one piece.
Awesome. You had a really good battle there with the, I can't remember his name or number now. I don't have the timing up anymore. 23. I can't remember the last name. Help me out here, Cody.
Oh, Rayshawn?
Yes. I forget his last name. Winkfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
apologies. Had just a blank there for a minute. Great run with him. How not? If I'm not mistaken, he's fairly new to this series. If I'm not mistaken. So how nice to see somebody kind of jump in here and be able to get their feet wet immediately and be fast right off the hop.
It's great. It's a lot of these drivers that are on iRacing, 2, 3Ks, most of those guys, some will say that it's hit or miss of how well their craft will be or how fast they'll be. Rayshawn obviously is one of those drivers that, has shown time and time again that he can, be very quick up front. Um, in all the series that we've run in, he's always up there contending to the front. So it's pretty cool to see that and see newcomers and newer guys come to the front and contend for the lead and stuff like that. So me being a 4.5K, I mean, and seeing a 2, 3K, duking it out with 4Ks and stuff like that. It's really cool, man, because a lot of them practice and they try to get better and faster and learning the craft more. So it's really cool to see that.
Awesome. And while we got you up here, this new session is up. We're just about to get everyone loaded in here. We want to thank you, want to shout out, and how you going to go get this win here tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna try to take our Twisted Speed Chevy 5 to the front again. Well, we'll be starting in the front. I don't know why I said that, but like like I was saying earlier, we're going to take the number 5 Twisted Speed Chevy to uh, wherever we can, man. Honestly, I'm not going to say victory lane because I'll, I'll jinx myself. But we're a contender. We're a contender. So you know, I think personally, me, um, all we got to do is just survive, stay on our strategy, and uh, we'll be up there to the front.
Awesome. Well, that's Cody Giles. You should be restarting here, what, first or second? I don't recall.
Second.
Second. Awesome. Well, that's your second place driver right now, Cody Giles. Good luck the rest of the way. And I will go drop you back in race chat number 1. Thank you for speaking with us here during this intermission, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Well, now let's get back to the action here. Practice underway, about 40 seconds left till we regrid. It's going to take about 2 laps to get drivers back to their positions here. And then we will go racing. Just enough time to hit another commercial here. Be back right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back back here on VSPEED at Charlotte for the second half of the Black Diamond Designs 175 here for the Mystic Racing League. Bit of technical difficulties gave us a nice little halfway break for those of you who need to stretch the legs, get some more popcorn, refill that soda pop, whatever you need to do. Now you had the opportunity. Now we're back here, pacing, trying to get everyone back to where they're supposed to be. Going to take a couple laps here, but while we do it, let's just remind everyone about what the race analysis looked like previously and how it's going to be a little different now. So the entire race between the two sessions is 117 laps scheduled distance. We've already run about 50 of those. Pit road speed, still 45 miles an hour. Tire sets, we're going to have a few less here, I would imagine, although I'm not exactly sure on that. One fast repair for everyone, so if you used it the first time, actually, those drivers who ended up wrecking their cars and were out of the race, they are no longer in this session. Only 24 back to Michael Wade in that number 3 machine here on the racetrack. Stage 1 was at lap number 30. Christian Barnes was your stage winner in that 27 machine. There he is, currently in the 6th position. Should cycle out here in just a second. Stage 2 is at lap number 65. Again, we are at about lap number 50, so we should be going back racing here with about 15 left in the stage, about half a fuel run, a little less than half a fuel run. As you can go about 40 to 45 on a full tank. And best part is, pace lights are out. One of those rare iRacing rain delays just took place, and Air Titans got this track nice and dry here in the 120-degree track temp and the 71-degree ambient temperature here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're about to get back rolling. Got to thank Cody Giles helping me through the commercial break, give me some insights of what was going on here in the race. We're going to get back underway here. Pace truck. Gonna make that sharp left-hand turn off the banking and onto the pit lane. And caution is out here again. Something wrong with the running order. That's okay, as we are not actually clicking off laps right now. The only thing this is going to hurt are drivers' fuel mileage, which is really not going to be that big of a deal since we have to pit at the end of the stage anyway at lap number 65. You see the fleet, Chevys, Toyotas, and Fords pace here. A few drivers who've had great runs today. Cody Giles, of course. Curtis White. Colin Bollinger has really surprised me and it really impressed me. I haven't seen this name before. The 53 machine, that Diet Dr. Pepper Flash Toyota Tundra. Was up in the top 5 at one point. Of course, had the incident with the 01 as well. 01 came off of the corner. That would be Stephen Gill, got loose, hit him in the door. And regardless, the 53 still stays fast. Adam Holston obviously is fast every week. He is still up at the front. What I'm really impressed with, though, is Rayshawn Wingfield. That 23 drove from about the 10th spot all the way up through the field and took the lead in the first stage over Jacob Cochran and is now in battling with Giles ever since. Which one of them, if either of them, will put it in victory lane, as we are finally going to go back racing here. Green flag is out. And oh no, I believe we have set this to a timed race. So we have about 54 minutes left here. This will be interesting. Obviously, we know iRacing events typically, stock car events typically go by laps and not by time. We got a caution here, just about. Oh, we are going to have a wreck here. 96 Andrew Allen's around. There goes the 3. The 92 whole field's in it. We're all wrecking. Oh my goodness, a big incident here. 77-45. Pick a number, they're all involved. I believe this started with the 96. I mean, we were about 4 wide here off the corner. We need a lot of replays to get through this one. So we saw the 92 get loose, and that's kind of what started all this. The 345, yeah, this really all started up with the 92, and then it's a track blocker right there. One driver able to make it through cleanly, though. 2 of them, it looks like. So let's go up here with Alex Pollock and see what caused 92 to get sideways. He's running beside Gavin Hinson. Now the laps are back. Here we go. We're up this. We got 69 laps to go. So he's just loose into the corner, sliding around here, and then the 3 hits the outside fence. Michael Wade just trying to give room, and of course from there he tags the side of the 96, and then it's all on from there. That's just tight quarters racing here at a racetrack like Charlotte that just causes these sort of incidents. Let's go back one more time here, this time from the onboard of the 3. I find Caleb Hunt. He's up on the outside wall here, and really not much more he could have done. And I just hate it for all these drivers that were involved, because it was just a racing incident. No one really made a mistake. Unfortunately, that's like 8 cars involved in this. As I mentioned, laps are back. We got 4 of the 69 laps to go here. Rashawn Winkfield, your leader, Curtis White, Cody Giles, Jacob Cochran, glad they weren't in the back of the field, as of course most of those drivers got heavy damage. We saw the 8, the 96, the 92, the 94, the 01, the 3, the 45, the 34, and the 9, all with heavy damage in that incident. Not ideal for any of those drivers, especially for the ones who, like maybe a John Ullman, who was off the pace before with the damage from the previous session. Now he's still going to be a lap down, having to deal with damage. So the lucky break, not so lucky. Top 13 on the racetrack did not hit the pit road. First driver on fresher tires would be Joshua Thornton, although they are only 4 laps fresher. So if I'm not mistaken, we're going to end up with stage here at lap number, do some quick math here, 14, I think. That's when our stage is. 17. Stage at lap 17 here. So another 13 laps as we have the choose. Winfield to the top, White to the bottom, much how they started this race initially. Little run down through the field if you're trying to find your favorite driver. 24 of them left in the session. Reggie Kime is down to 4 laps down in his Ford F-150. Heavy damage on the 9. Pacing behind an unbranded iRacing truck. Everyone back to John Ullman. In this field, only John Ullman is off of the lead lap here of drivers on the racetrack. Christian Barnes also a lap down, so is Reggie Kime. Christian Barnes obviously was your Stage 1 winner. Not finding himself on the racing surface. Driver who does have the odd connection issue, although this one has lasted for more than a lap, so that is bad news for the 27. Good news for the stage win, bad news for the rest of it. Barney going to pick up the field here into the restart zone. Green flag is out. Clear for Rashawn Winkfield. He will go get that spot away. Oh, we're wrecking in the back. I heard a blown motor. What happened further back? Maybe nothing. I swore I heard somebody just crack. Derek Jewett, perhaps. I think it was Derek Jewett. What happened to the 45? Got Holston behind him, Rin in front of him here. Just loose on his own. And he hits the wall. Oh, he hit the barrels and blew the motor. That is the unluckiest shot you could possibly have if you're the 45, as we got trucks darting and weaving all over this racetrack here. Battle for the lead is back. Wingfield, White. Wingfield trying to pinch him down, but White is going to get that bottom lead rolling here off the corner, give the momentum back to the 23. As they're dead even across the line, White led that lap. And Giles going to force it 3 wide, thinks better of it, probably the right move. Because that could have been nasty. Seeing 3 wide for the lead. Here they rip off turn number 2. Look how sideways these trucks are, folks. We got guys driving out here. Wheeling and dealing out here, so to speak. 60 to go in the race. About 8 to go in the stage, if my math is correct, and it's probably not, but we're going to find out here in just a few minutes. 06 trying to hunt the bottom. 5 slides up on the exit. 23, good run off the corner. Look at that lead grow. About 2 truck lengths over the course of the backstretch. But here's a great battle as well. Holston trying to work up through the field here, and he's got a bunch of traffic in front of him. 5 or 6 victims. Just waiting. Stalking that Caleb Hunt machine. So all these drivers are starting to get hung up behind Andy Berry. Here to the 25 machine off the rear bumper. Let's see what he sees. A whole lot of Alan Zukov in that 91. The guy I was talking before, Colin Bollinger, 7th. Hinson's back there as well. Joshua Thornton, who crashed in the first session. And Holston just not able to get around these guys. Oh, tight moment there for the 53. Sent it in there trying to clear the 91. He will, but that is not going to help the tire life on that right front tire. These 5 cannot seem to get it sorted out as we have a battle for the lead again here. Wingfield and Giles have been going at it all day. They've dispatched Curtis White. He is now hanging out in 3rd, just watching, waiting, seeing if he can take advantage of a miscue, and Jacob Cochran is as well hanging out in 4th, about 6/10 behind these guys. They have cleared out in front of the field. Let's have a look back from Jacob Cochran, just how far back the rest of the field is. That is what 2.5 seconds looks like, folks. About half a corner's worth as the front 4 are even across the line. Back to the battle back here. These guys single filed it out as well. Holston able to get by a few of them. Now chasing down Gavin Hinson, as he has put Joshua Thornton, Alan Zukov, and Caleb Hunt to the wayside. Hunt trying to make a move here on Zukov. Dives down to the bottom. Big slide down for the 78. He's going to get crossed over here, I'm sure of it. Yes, he will. Zukov to the bottom. Couple drivers who are really going at it here. Somehow got the momentum off the top side, and that is going to clear Caleb Hunt in front of Alan Zukov. That for the 11th. Oh, Hunt to the bottom. He almost got loose there. Just about spun that truck out. And here comes a 3-wide move from Gill. How about you, Stephen Gill? Gonna gain 2 spots in 1 straightaway. But can he get the momentum off the corner? What a battle we're seeing for 11th. Who needs the battle for the lead when you got 4 cars duking and scrapping and clawing for 11th? Make it 5 here soon. Brent Rinn trying to get back into it. Still can't sort it out. They're side by side for the lead here as well. Let's go up there for just a second. Wingfield has cleared out just by a little bit over Giles, about a 1/10 of a second here. It's back to that battle we were just looking at, because these guys are fighting for him. Zukov having some connection issues there, but here's Giles. Gill, apology, on the inside of Hunt. Trying to get the spot. Oh, big loose moment for all those guys. And they're checking up in the back too. We saw Pollock get loose at the lift. A bunch of trucks trying to stay around him. Should be seeing a stage here in a couple of laps here. I'm thinking next lap or two should be the stage. Wingfield running the high line. Going to be hard to pass him if he's got the momentum going up there. Into the outside wall briefly is Cody Giles. Jacob Cochran to the inside here as Andy Berry is hanging tough in 6th, trying to get around Harold Tucker the 3rd as well. Cochran, slide job, not going to work. He couldn't quite get the momentum that he needed to clear the 5 and park it in front of him. There's the caution, and I believe that is going to be the stage. So your stage 2 winner is going to be Rayshawn Winkfield. Rayshawn Winkfield, driver of the 23 machine. Hopefully I spelt that right. It'd be embarrassing if it didn't. Looks all good. That's your stage winner here, stage number 2. Putting himself in prime position. Remember, he finished 2nd in stage 1. Going to win stage 2. Great points day for the 23. Second caution of this session, of course, having a bit of an intermission. But congratulations here to the 23. There he is. Now let's see what happens here on the pit lane. Might as well take 4 fresh tires, fill this thing all the way up, as you can make it on 1 stop from here. Might as well make that 1 stop, or may as well make one of those 2 stops right now. One driver going to stay out. That is Christian Barnes, trying to get one of those 2 laps back with a wave around. John Ullman going to get his single lap back as well. Unless he's going to pit next lap, of course. Not sure what happened with the 9 machine. He's just kind of chilling there at the end of pit road. Possibly waiting to go down the number of laps that he was in the previous session, which I believe was 27. Andy Berry out of pit road, so is Harold Tucker the 3rd. That's Wren, Winkfield, Cochran, Giles. Everyone getting out of pit road here. Oh, a big loser on that stop was the 06. Curtis White lost one to Harold Tucker the 3rd. As we get down for our final 40-odd laps here to go. Let's chat with the 23 if we can find him. Don't see him in the Discord, in fact. That is unfortunate. He's had a phenomenal day. I have not seen him. Well, unfortunate opportunity missed there for Rayshawn Winkfield. Oh, we should find yourself in the Discord so you can chat with yours truly. Let's have a chat here with Jacob Cochran, driver who we see often, or maybe Harold Tucker the 3rd. Let's see if we can find that driver. Not many here in the Discord server. We'll find someone, I swear. I believe that this is the choose. In fact, we're going back 1 to green here. No, we are not. Let's chat with Brett Ridd while we have a second. Hey, Brett, Morgan up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Morgan. Yeah, what's up, man?
All right. Well, this 24 machine has seen a lot in the last 2 sessions. You've been sandwiched up against the wall. You've been involved in a big one on the back or on the front stretch on a restart. Maybe 2 on a restart. Hard to say. What's going to be the key to success here to move up from 6 up to the lead and maybe get this win tonight?
Honestly, not too sure. I just took fuel there. I didn't think tires was going to be super necessary now. I think everybody else took tires, so we'll see. I'm not super competitive in this series because I usually do race control, but I wanted to race this week, so we'll see how it goes. I know the changing sessions was a big deal for a lot of people, so I'm definitely willing to give a lot of people space that need it and that really want it.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have here as we're going to come to the choose, if I'm not mistaken. Should be a interest. It's always an interesting thing, and I mean, as race control, how much satisfaction does it give you knowing that you can only have a league with a choose rule because of admins like yourself?
Definitely puts a pretty cool dynamic with it, being able to kind of pick where you want to go and be more strategic. Yeah, I mean, it's as an admin, it kind of makes it hard because you're watching a million different things when you're doing race control, and you have to make sure, hey, we're coming to the choose, because when you're in race control, you don't get those notifications, so you really rely on the drivers to kind of let you know when they're coming to the choose. So I think it definitely adds a pretty cool dynamic to racing for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. While we got you up here, anyone you want to shout out or thank, as we got about 40-odd laps left here at Charlotte?
Yeah, for sure. Big shout out to 5-Star Racing. I know we're missing Evan Janik tonight, as well as Alex with the Black Diamond Designs, so he does all my schemes. And big shout out to you guys, and then Mystic Racing League.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Brett. And, good luck
Thank
the
you,
rest of the way. What channel were you in? The 5-Star Racing?
5-Star, yep.
All right. Well, I'll put you back there, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, man. We'll see you.
That is Brett Rinn, first driver on older tires here, only taking fuel on that restart. How is that going to shake out for the 24? Another driver doing the same thing will be Alex Pollock, his teammate, I believe. Yes, it is. Back in 9th. Everyone else on 4 fresh ones. Pace truck off of the racetrack onto the pit lane. And the drone says, let's get going, boys. Overhead shot, great jump for the 5. Giles going to clear. Kyle Larson could learn a thing or two from this guy. As he clears Rayshon Wingfield, your stage 2 winner. And they are battling in the back here. See the 24 falling back a little bit on those older tires right in front of Andy Berry. Andy Berry might force a 3 wide here. He will not. Decides against it. He's got Allen on the bottom. Rinn on the top. Olsen got the apron. Oh, wall contact for Berry. Great job saving that truck. Oh, the 1 strap going around again. He's going to snap it all the way around this time. Stephen Gill. Is that a caution? Yes, it probably will be. Barnes in it as well. So is the 34 of Ullman. Stephen Gill loose off of the corner again. Off of turn 4. He is going to go around, and that will be another caution here this evening. So you can see him just here. Oh, he got hit from behind by Caleb Hunt. Couldn't quite save it down there and brought it back across the racetrack. Did a pretty good job of not hitting anyone. Actually, this incident here from the 27 happened much later. What happened to Christian Barnes? See Ullman to his outside here. I think this is just a case of 2 drivers just bringing it to a stop, and they happen to bring it to a stop in the same place. So it looks like here he sees the 01 spinning, just hits the brakes here, and yeah, Ullman gave him a bit of a tap, but Ullman hit the wall actually really hard. I think minimal damage there for the 27, but a kind of a frustrating incident if you're both Barnes and Ullman there. I don't believe the damage too bad, though, for the 01. Should be minimal here, as most drivers bringing it back down the pit lane. This probably gets you to the end of the race. If you pit right here, let's watch a driver bring it into the pit box. It sounds easy, it sounds simple. It's very difficult to properly hit the pit box. He even downshifts a little bit. Perfectly in the stall, even maybe a touch forward. Get some fuel and get gone. As Reggie Kime is still trying to inch off of the pit lane here. Finds himself 25 laps down. As the rest of your field either takes tires or fuel or whatever have you. Brent Rinn going to put 4 good years on it, so is Alex Pollock. The 2 drivers, of course, who stayed out, or sorry, who took fuel only last time. Harold Tucker III, Michael Wade, Zach White did not pit. They will assume the lead here. Unless they, well, if they pit this time, they'll get a penalty, so they probably shouldn't pit this time. Even though it would probably get you to the end. Might put you right on the edge to get to the end. Let's bring up that fuel mileage again. 40 to 45 laps. We are currently sitting at about that 43 to 44 number. So we should be in the window here. So curious move for these top 3 to not pit. Although if you catch a caution here in about 20 laps, you look like a genius because everyone's going to pit with you and you keep the track position. So that's a risk they're willing to take here. As we get drivers choosing left, right, left, right, left, right, trying to figure out where they're going to start. Always interesting because for me, I never based it off of where everyone else went. I only based it off of where I wanted to be. For example, a racetrack like Darlington, I was always concerned about turn 2. And I never wanted to be on the outside turn 2, so I'd always pick the bottom. Bristol, always pick the top. A track like this, I would probably pick the bottom if I had the opportunity to, just because you can really get a good dive into the corner and slide up in front of somebody if you have to, and then maybe cycle out to the top later. But short run, bottom at Charlotte, usually the way to go. We've seen the leader be able to kind of do whatever because they get the opportunity to jump first. They can launch sooner than second, typically, and that allows you to make it not matter which lane you pick. You just put the guy at the inside at a disadvantage, or a guy in second at disadvantage, no matter what you pick, because they have to go behind you anyway. With all that being said, the psychology of the choose. Field back in the hands of Harold Tucker III and Michael Wade. Good launch by both of them. Great jump by the 3. Goodness gracious. He should be able to slot in easily here in the second spot. As Cody Giles trying to get around Zach White. White got a little bit tight there. He's going to fall back even further here. He's going to fall like a rock for just a second. Tucker and Wade have a little bit of clean air, but there is nothing on the nose of that 77. He's going to have real troubles here, as the field is engulfing him right now. Oh, spinner. I think that's Andy Berry. Yes, it is getting spun around here. Caution is out. And this is exactly what Harold Tucker and Cody Giles did not want to see, was a caution. Well, maybe they did. It's hard to say. It depends on how many cautions you get, but they're still on disadvantage when it comes to fuel. Let's see what happened here, though, to Andy Berry and Joshua Thornton. Just, oh, big hit, big shunt there from the 92. Let's go back another time here. This is the lap before. Same tires for both of these guys. Same amount of time on pit road as well. I think Barry just got loose here. Diving into the corner. Yeah, just a bit of a free moment. Has to chase it down the racetrack and does it in front of Thornton. Not really anybody's fault. Of course, you would love it if the 25 doesn't get loose. But I mean, if he didn't get loose, then he wouldn't be driving it really. So I understand why it happened. It's just, yeah, I hate it for the 29 who did absolutely nothing wrong. Couldn't lift in time. Just ended up giving that 25 a bit of a tag here, Andy Berry. So It happens. It's not a big deal. Racing incident, absolutely. That's going to relegate both those drivers back to fairly deep in the field. Now my question is, what do Harold Tucker III and Michael Wade do? Do you hit pit road or do you wait? Because if you hit pit road, you give up all the track position, but you can for sure make it. If you wait, you might be able to catch another caution. And while your tires are at a disadvantage by, it says 6 laps on my counter, only a lap and a half of that was actually green. So you're really not that bad off for tires either. Tires don't fall off here that quickly like they would at the Darlington or Old Atlanta or something, or Richmond or something like that. So this is an interesting situation. Is do you gamble and stay out, or do you play it safe and pit here? We'll find out this time. 79 chooses to stay out, and so does the 3. They're banking on another caution, or they're banking on this going green for a while and then having a caution. Either way, it allows them to keep their track position so long as they can keep it up in the top 5 or so. Also worth noting that last time most of the field took tires was at the stage, so about 10 laps to go as well. So really the tire difference is not that big at all for Tucker and Wade, because they took tires about 11 laps ago. The rest of the field took tires a little bit before that, so they're probably a little bit better on the rubber. First driver on 4 fresh ones is Brett Rinn in 9th. Cody Bollinger, Alex Pollock, 9, 10, 11 on fresh ones. Fresher 5-lap old tires. So, this is interesting. About 40 to go. About 40 to go. So you're going to have to, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one to make it to the end here. The cautions are helping, but they're not, I don't know. You're going to need a lot of them if you're those top 2 to be able to make it. Ace Truck's going to dive onto pit road right now. There it is. Missed it by 1/10 of a second. Field in the hands again of the 79 and the 3. This time, no mistake. Launches early. Field doesn't check up behind him. Good jump. Not a great jump this time, though, for the 3 of Michael Wade. He's going to fall back here to 2nd. Now to 3rd. As Cochran gets by, he'll move into 4th here. Once White gets around him. Here comes Andrew Allen. And I imagine this 23 machine is going to rip around 79 like he's standing still. There it is. To the bottom. Should be able to easily clear into the corner. Yes, he will. Give the advantage, give the lead back to Rayshawn Wingfield, the dominant truck of the day. Gill in the wall further back. Cochran alongside Harold Tucker III, who's held on pretty well so far. See where he shakes out. Maybe this will be a positive strategy. Oh, big dive for Cochran into the corner. He's going to park it in the center. Remember, he won here just a little while ago. Couple weeks ago here in the ARCA car. Here on VSPEED. We got a gaggle. Oh, loose move for the 06. Oh, heavy contact. That is going to destroy the truck of Andrew Allen, who just cannot catch a break. Finally gets this thing going in the right direction and pounds the outside wall. That thing is wounded. It's hurt. That bird's got a broken wing right now. By that, I mean that truck's got a broken toe link or something. That thing is absolutely mangled. You watch this goes into the corner. Watch how fast Holston's able to get to his inside and just clear him here. See, it's loose and tight at the same time. Just an awful feeling. He lost a bunch of spots there, did Andrew Allen. A little further up to the front. Tucker trying to roll the high side. He's got the momentum. SB to the bottom. SB had the momentum and he lost it. Still alongside Michael Wade. Drag race down the front stretch. Who is going to pit when? Does anyone make it to the end on fuel? So we're about to find out. It looks like some drivers can. Looks like some drivers can be right on the edge. Michael Wade tries to fight to keep the track position he gained with the not pitting. He's got Bollinger to the inside here. Gavin Hinson, who we haven't talked about much at all today, in that body armor machine. Hanging out around the top 10. Having a solid run here. Oh, truck's still super loose off the corner here. Saw Caleb Hunt hit the wall on his own. A little further back here. Thornton has already been in a couple incidents today. Brandon has had a tough day as well. We talked to him earlier. Christian Barringer, stage 1 winner, and has been anything but good on the 27 today. And then obviously Cody Giles, who has been cycled to the back of the field here. Not sure what happened to the 5. And oh boy, holy cow. Just about had a big incident there. No caution, we stay green. Giles might have got a penalty on the 5 here. Not sure why so far back. Oh, here's Holson up in the grass. A bit of a rally cross aisle jump, and the 5 is going to pass a whole bunch of trucks here. Rin gets tight. Oh, the 5's going to move the 92 out of the way. What are we doing here? It's Bristol at Charlotte. Here comes the 29, going to dive into the inside. Oh, he's going to hit the back of the 92 into the 5. He wrecked them both. What on earth was that? Why? Why did you make that move? Go back and watch it on the replay here. This is the initial incident. I don't know if actually the 5 got into the back of the 92 or not. Might have just got him loose, but here comes the 29. Just ships it off into the corner here. And drives straight into the back of Alex Pollock. And just, I don't know what happened there, but it spun Pollock out into the 5. Yikes. And a good day has turned sour here. For your 15th place truck, we talked with the break. Cody Giles. Curtis White has rebounded. Giles just caught the wall, 2 off the corner as Cochran leads. Long runs have not been the strength of the 84 here today, and it looks like he's still a little tight up off the corner. 23 was much better in the earlier session. Let's check the weather here. It is about the same as it was in that last session, so track conditions should be similar here. As Bollinger is ripping the fence. Lots of speed in the 53, even as he tags the wall. Oh, big loose, that's Rin. Had a moment off the corner. Bet he saw the inside wall right out the windshield. Oh, we're still almost wrecking. Wall contact for 3 of these 4. Oh, man. Still in the wall. Everyone wants the high side. Remember, this 96 has some pretty hefty right front damage, too. Andrew Allen pounded the wall off of turn 4 about 10 laps ago, and this has put some guys in trouble. Oh, Thornton just about tried to squeeze in a hole that wasn't there. Cody Giles says, I don't think so. Allen is really struggling off the corner. But Giles cannot get around him. Oh, Giles took 4 tires. That's what put him back here. As Bollinger takes the lead. Who's this on pit road here? Well, that's the 01 machine of Gill. Another loose moment for Rin. This has been action and entertainment the whole time as the 53 of Colin Bollinger has taken the lead. Some would say he's balling right now. Just gonna let that marinate for a minute. But Flash has pushed that truck all the way to the front. And he is slowly but surely pulling away from the 84 behind him. A little further back, Caleb Hunt side by side was for a moment with Christian Barnes. This strategy for Michael Wade, with an intent, has absolutely worked. The strategy for Harold Tucker III in 5th has absolutely worked. Any caution now, and that means everyone pits, they keep their track position. The only rub is if this thing goes all the way green, I don't know if they make it to the end on fuel. That's the tricky part. Oh, the pace will fall off. I mean, we're running about 1.2 slower than we were before, so they could probably make it just based on the pace fall off, but we'll see. And here again, Jacob Cochran went from the lead back to 4th. The long run speed of this 84, uncharacteristically off. Normally we see this 84 machine stretch it out over the long run. He has been the opposite here today. Carl, it's a tricky one to get a hold of on the long run here. Zukov is going to pass a bunch of cars here. He got Rin and Ullman and Holston in one lap as Holston got a black flag, maybe a crash here into turn 1. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at this gaggle. This is not a good sign. Oh, Rin and Ullman got crossed out. I'm not sure where Ullman was going, but it put Holston down pit road. With that is a penalty. That's a penalty, folks. So we'll see if that gets cleared, or we'll see if that is in fact going to stay. Looks like it did get cleared. His penalty was losing all that track position. Speaking of losing track position, Jacob Cochran slowly backing up from that front trio. In fact, Colin Bollinger has driven away. The gap is now 8/10 and it's growing. Winkfield's got company up at the front. And Curtis White has been very strong as well. Cochran falls back about half a second behind the 06, and he's got the slightly older tires and much worse fuel of Harold Tucker III behind him. Christian Barnes is in 6th. Gavin Hinson 7th. Aaron Espy hanging out. Oh, look at the 5. Cody Giles has driven this truck through so many cars here tonight. He has passed most of this field a number of times. And with only about 20 laps to go here, he's really going to have to get up on the wheel if he's going to go up there and contend for this win, which is what it looked like he was going to do when we had our intermission, when we had our session reset. He was the leader. Of course, the 4-tire call put him all the way to the back. He's just trying to claw back one at a time here. Espy's the one right in front of him. Can he get the spot? Looks like he will be able to pass the 16 down the back here. Can he clear? Probably off the corner. Yeah, easily. The 5's going to clear. Espy's going to get in behind him. Just don't look now, but the 23 is catching Colin Bollinger. Maybe the 53 went a little too soon here, but let's check out the battle for the lead from the back bumper here of the 53. See, it's down to 0.6 of a second. Let's see, where is Bollinger faster? Where's Winkfield faster? Oh, truck in the grass. That is Nelson. So it looks like into turn number 1 belongs to Winkfield. Center off, looks like it is going to be Bollinger. Down the straightaway, it will be Wingfield. This is interesting. About even through turns 1 and 2 in the backstretch. Again, hard driving into the corner is the 23. In the center, it's the 53 machine. Then off the corner, all the way down the front stretch, is your leader. It's an interesting kind of way you have to determine if you're trying to chase somebody down, especially when you got Curtis White all over the back bumper here. You're just trying to figure out where is the guy in front of you good, where is he not as good. He's a leader, so he's good somewhere, right? He's not bad everywhere. He's obviously got some speed in that truck. He went around and passed you for goodness sakes, but you're trying to figure out how am I going to catch him? What's the place that I need to be faster than him? And when I catch him, how am I going to get around him as Cochran falls back a little further? Going to get passed by Barnes, your stage 1 winner, and Harold Tucker here in just a second. There goes Tucker. Can't quite clear. Going to get tight off the... Oh, big tight for the 79 here. 5 separates the car numbers, about a $5 bill. Lengthwise separated those two trucks off the corner. Here comes the 5. Speaking of... We're going to have a 3-truck battle here in just a moment. You can see just how tight the 84 is. Let's ride on board with Jacob Cochran. Watch how much steering wheel he puts into this thing. As Tucker the third leads him up into the outside wall. Kind of the opposite of the promised land, if you will. Ooh, big wall contact for the 5. He's used that truck up. But with only 12 to go, now is time to go. And now we turn our eyes to Harold Tucker III. Can he make it on fuel? How about Michael Wade, who's fallen back to 11th? Can he make it on fuel? Those are my only 2 question marks. Everyone else easily to the end here should be okay, especially with the pace falling off. And your lead has stabilized around 0.7 of a second. Curtis White still hangs out in 3rd behind Rayshawn Wingfield. Christian Barnes hanging out now in 4th. He's having a good rebound. Remember, it wasn't many laps ago I said the day was going poorly for the 27. He's turned around since then. Harold Tucker III is 5th on the strategy call. They're starting to pile up behind him here. Cochran, who is just trying to block the 5 down the back here. Giles to the bottom. Can he make the pass on Cochran? I think he's getting a little bit snug in the center. But off the corner, yeah, maybe. Still, drag racing. As 8th place Gavin Hinson looks on. Can the 5 clear? It looks like it's slide up. Yes, it can. Give Cody Giles the 6th position. A little bit behind this group is Aaron Espy in 9th. And Caleb Hunt has cracked the top 10. And he's into the outside wall. Michael Wade is in 11th. Andrew Allen, eventful day. He finds himself in 12th. John Ullman is in the 13th spot. The reset did him wonders. Alan Zukov is 14th in the 91. Joshua Thornton is in 15th. Holston 16th after his slide through the grass. Pollock 17th, and the last driver on the lead lap, heavily damaged rear end of that machine. Brett Rinn is a lap down in 18th. Andy Berry is the lap down right behind him in 19th. Brad Nelson is 2 down in 20th. Zach White 3 down in 21st. Stephen Gill 9 down in 22nd. Reggie Kime 26 down in 23rd. And Derek Jewett is still on pit road from very early. About 39 minutes on pit road. He is 56 laps behind the leader. Cody Bollinger, Colin Bollinger, apologies, has stretched it out to 1 second even over Rayshawn Wingfield, and there's under 10 to go. He hit the outside wall there. Oh my goodness. As he tries to get around this mangled 92. 92 kind of putting him in a bad spot here. Easily should clear into the corner. Yes, he does. Nothing intentional there by Alex Pollock at all. Not saying that, just Kind of put him in a weird position. Battle for seconds on. Wingfield and White. Ooh, White's going to get right to the back bumper. Can't quite do anything with it, though. And Espy and Hunt. Hunt is on the move right now. Caleb Hunt, he's really getting after it here. Big crossover. Who's going to get the 10th position? Who's getting the 9th position? That's what they're battling for here. We see all the way to the high side here. Goes to 78. They're both trying to chase down Jacob Cochran, who's about half a second up the road. Neither of them going to get there at this pace, as Barnes may be a connection issue. White and Wingfield still battle. 5 to go. Here from Charlotte. Oh, Christian Barnes, connection issue. Possibly damage. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened here. Here's the 27. Oh, the screen went black. Oh, no. That truck is done for the day, folks. Hate to see it for a driver running up in 4th. Wingfield and White still can't determine who's going to go 2nd, who's going to go 3rd. What an excellent battle here. Cody Giles has his hands full with Jacob Cochran. They have not been able to get away from each other. And here comes the 33 of Nelson through the middle. Wall contact for the 89, 84 again. Here 5's going to get him this time. Finally, Cody Giles able to clear him, but back goes Cochran to the bottom. He's going to get right there. Can he get back around him? Giles in the fence, 2 laps to go. The gap for the lead is over 1.5 seconds. The battle for 2nd even has dissipated. Hinson is going at it with Tucker. Who can Tucker make it? It looks like he can. It's good. Oh, is he out of fuel? Is the 79 out of gas here? I see him wiggling it back and forth. Keep an eye on the 79 machine. Oh, look at how loose Cochran is. But more importantly, it's the white flag for Colin Bollinger. Led 24 laps. He's going to make it 25 at the line. Got a lap car in between him and 2nd place and 2 seconds. And off at turn 4. For the final time today, your winner at Charlotte is going to be Colin Bollinger. Great effort from a driver who kind of came out of nowhere. Just like the Flash planned, I bet. Was able to turn it up when it mattered most on that long run. Went out, got the lead, and never looked back. Congratulations to your Charlotte winner, Colin Bollinger. While we watch his burnout, take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after that commercial break with your results and interviews from your top 3. Bollinger, Wingfield, and White. Don't go anywhere, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of this great racing action that we saw tonight here. The Black Diamond Designs Truck Series in their 175, their self-sponsored race. Be back right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here on VSPEED for the finale of the Black Diamond Designs 175 here. And here's how it went down. Over 2 sessions and an intermission. I think 7 cautions and probably about a dozen lead changes here. Of course, only we can see the second session's stats for this one, but regardless, over the course of those 2 sessions, Colin Bollinger able to get the win here. Wingfield second, White in third. Hinson rebounds nicely up to fourth. Cochran in fifth. Tucker the third. The strategy worked out. He finishes in sixth. Giles not able to capitalize. He will finish in seventh here tonight. Espy, Hunt, and Wade make up 8th, 9th, and 10th respectively. Wade with a phenomenal strategy call, along with Tucker, going to finish well ahead of where they were running for most of the day. 11th will be John Ullman, who had a great strike of fortune here with the reset. Able to get that lap back. He finishes in 11th. 12th to be Andrew Allen. Holston is going to finish in the 13th spot. Zukov in 14th. Thornton 15th after an eventful day. Last driver on the lead lap. 16th to be Alex Pollock, first driver a lap down. Andrew Berry behind him, and Brent Rinn will finish 18th, also a lap down. 19th to be Brad Nelson. 20th, Zach White. Final 4 on the grid here to start the second session. Christian Barnes, who was doing so well up in 4th until a mechanical failure brought him out of the race. Gill finishes 22nd, Kime in 23rd, and Jewett finishes in the 24th position. Now, let's have a chat with your top 3 finishers, starting off with Curtis White. There's your third place finisher right there. Curtis, that's the wrong driver. Let's get the right driver in here. Oh, just for that, Curtis White. Morgan up at the VSPEED booth, you got a copy. Curtis White, do you have a copy?
I got you. Do you got me?
I got you. I hear you now. Fantastic. Okay, well, this truck was up at the front a lot of the day quietly. You didn't really force the issue too much. You led a couple laps. I think through both stages you led a couple laps. and you were consistently around that kind of second to fourth area for most of the day. What was it that made it difficult to get up and get that clean air and hold on to it?
Just kind of knowing how much to push and when. I didn't really know what I could really get away with these trucks. It's really been a while since I've driven the trucks on a hot racetrack like this. I mean, we were right around 120 track temp pretty much across both sessions, so it was pretty hot out there. I was in my head, I'm thinking, well, I better not push it too hard. I'm thinking if we get a long run, I'm gonna capitalize on whatever tires I saved and try to make a push for it. And it just wasn't really enough. It started to get way out of shape sooner than I expected, especially in the final stint where I had to race the 23 for second because I was planning on hanging back for a little bit while we still had Colin in the 53 within our reach, and then he started to get away, and I'm like, okay, I got to get around the 23 at some point. But then once I started to race him, that's when I realized, oh crap, my truck is also kind of falling apart. So that pretty much made things easier for Colin, and me and Rayshawn in the 23 were basically just slipping and sliding around for second place.
You guys had a great battle. You battled the two of you together for about the last 30 laps. I mean, really just not much more you can ask for from a probably a driver's perspective, other than that being for the lead, of course. And from a broadcaster perspective, seeing two guys be able to put it door to door, wheel to wheel for so long without a single incident, while both trucks clearly out of control, gives you a bit of that 2009 Atlanta vibe with Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, that race, if you remember that one. But yeah, lots of fun here watching you, Curtis, tonight. And what can we expect from you in the future of this series with this 06 machine?
I don't know. I'm pretty much a part timer. I haven't raced since Rockingham, right? So the battle between me and the 23 is pretty fun. I was got kind of that same vibe when I was trying to wrap the left side tires on the paint in 3 and 4, because that's what worked for me in the fixed races. But that was a night race. That kind of that kind of approach didn't really help as much. But then again, I haven't really had a long run as long as that one. So no, I mean it was a good race. I tried to mind my p's and q's as much as I could. Um, it made things extra fun considering half the darn field had to start at the back with an EOL for whatever reason. I got one.
You missed the driver
I
meeting.
don't. I mean, I was there when they started it, so I don't know why they thought that. But if they say I missed it, then that's fine.
Well,
But
that is not a conversation for me. That's for
yeah,
somebody else entirely. But regardless, it made
yeah,
it very fun of you to drive through
I
the
know you're.
field.
I know you're just the messenger, so I'm not putting this on you. I'm not putting on anyone. I'm not putting fault for anyone. I know I was there. I'm just gonna put it that way. And I would have started second with Cody, and that's who I was gonna race with. But nonetheless, it actually made things more fun starting back there because I had to pass a lot of trucks to get up into the top 5. But yeah, I mean, hopping between sessions, I mean, that whole thing going on, that was kind of yeah, it was kind of a circus. But I just toughed it out. I mean, I got to shout out everyone else that toughed it out. I feel like a lot of people are getting kind of impatient, and understandably so. We had to switch from one session to another, which that doesn't really happen, at least not in my experience on here. Uh, but it seems like almost everyone toughed it out. So I think everyone deserves a shout out for that. But yeah, just that last stage, I thought it was going to be me and Cody in the 5 because in my mind he was going to be the guy to beat between him and the 23. And I guess he made a second pit stop. I don't know if he was topping off or not because we were cutting it really close on fuel. I had just enough to make it on just that first top off, so I stayed out, and didn't work out for those guys, but worked out for me. I was able to get a podium, be able to talk to you. I haven't been on a VSPEED broadcast in a hot minute, so no, it's been fun as a part-time guy. I don't know when my next race is going to be, but I like to be back.
Awesome. Well, we aim to please here at VSPEED, and that's your third place finisher, Curtis White. Congratulations. Had a whale of a race in that 06 machine, and we'll see you next time, hopefully, here on VSPEED.
I appreciate it.
You bet. All right, we're going to go up to second spot here. Rayshawn Winkfield, the driver that I thought, hit the wrong button there. Driver I thought was really the dominant truck of the day. Rayshawn, Morgan up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Goodness gracious, man. I thought you were the truck to beat tonight. There's you got some audio playing in the background there. But you finished second in stage 1 in that one lap shootout. After we switched to the second session, won stage 2, and looked like deep in that final run it was going to be your race. And all of a sudden 53 came out of nowhere. What can you tell me about it?
The first stage, it was, I mean, it was really just a perfect run I had going on. I mean, I saved my tire just right, got a big gap on the other faster cars behind me, and then they started wrecking a little bit. Strategy kind of threw it off a little bit, but then before we went back green, they all wrecked, so I ended up P2, and then everything just, I don't know, just, I don't even know what happened, just couldn't clear someone's black or something. First time I ever had a red flag in iRacing. But after we switched sessions, I knew the truck wasn't going to be the same as it was when we started because the track wasn't rubbered in and all the other variables that play a factor. And I mean, I felt like I had the car to beat. I thought if I just kept the steady pace and just ran my race, I had it in the bag, and then, the session change kind of threw me off. And then the 53, I'm pretty sure he had a little bit of damage on him in the first session, when we were in the first session, and when we switched, it cleared it all up. So I mean, if I, I feel like if we stay in that session, I win that race. But it's really just unfortunate events. But Colin's one of my really good friends. Good, like I'll never like discredit him for anything like anyone he gets, but it's just really, really disappointing to for that to happen when you show up with a dominant truck like that and lead a bunch of laps, finishing in stages, getting some points. Uh, just very, very unfortunate.
So you talk about disappointment about not having a good run. I mean, you finished second, so obviously still a good day, but how much, I mean, I know you're not running the full season either. So I guess this question kind of becomes a little bit moot, but when you run up front all day, you're able to pass a bunch of cars, whether it be through EOLs or through pace or a combination of the two. You win the first, or you finish second in the first stage, win the second one. How much does that elevate or drop your feeling of this race based on the session change and all that stuff? How much does the success in the race impact how you feel when you walk away from this one?
I mean, I'll take a P2 any day, but you'd rather leave with P1, like
Sure.
you'd rather win the race when you know you're a dominant truck or a dominant car in any race you do, And when something like that happens and everything gets reset and you it's like nothing that you can do about it, like it's not anything at your of your fault. It kind of like it hits different knowing that you could have you couldn't do anything about it, like you had one of the fastest trucks on track, if not the fastest truck on track for the majority of the race, and then something like that happens and it just all resets and it's back to square one.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, if you can take solace in the fact you got a lot of TV time today here on VSPEED. You had a good run. It was a lot of fun to watch you work through the field, hold drivers off, run side by side with the '06 for a great number of laps there at the end of the race. And while we got you up here, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out here for a pretty excellent second place finish?
Shout out to Colin, man. Like I said, that was a great win. He just had more speed than us at the end there. More tires. Shout out to my guys over there in the other chat, Andrew, Plant, Robert, Tuck, and shout out to just everyone who puts on these races and yeah, everyone who puts on these broadcasts, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Ray Sean. Great run today, and
Yes,
hopefully we'll
sir.
see you back in the truck in an equally as dominant truck, another racetrack here in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for your time. That's your second place finisher, Rayshawn Winkfield. Now we're going to go up to our winner here good friend of his. Colin Bollinger in the 53. You got a copy?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I think you're probably the driver that benefited the most from the session reset. Regardless, not taking anything away from you. This 53 was bad fast. In that second session, you drove from, I'm not sure where you exactly restarted on that final stage, but you drove up through the field and you took away the lead very quickly and you did not look back. Tell me about your day a little bit here.
I mean, I think it was for everybody. It was really crazy. I mean, we were getting it. I got an EOL after qualifying. I think fourth or something like that, and so we had to start in the back, and we got in some accidents back there, and we were fighting damage, and we take our fast pair, fix it, get more damage, and not much, but it was enough to feel off. But I was still making my way up, and then I guess whenever that last caution happened, they accidentally disqualified the guy, and so we had to get into this whole new session. And yeah, like it does suck because I probably not that I wouldn't have had a good run, but I think with the damage, the car or the truck wasn't gonna win. But once everything's reset, we're all back to square. So I mean, they had a chance just like I did to keep doing what they were doing. And I think one of those cautions came out, and it was in a weird spot, and I think I just ended up going down the pit instead of trying to stay out and roll around and save it. And I think that's where a lot of the guys made their mistake. And it's like that sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't want to give up. If I was up there, I probably would do the same thing. I mean, I don't want to give up all that time, especially when a lot of these guys were up there all night. But it just ended up falling that way, and then we just had a great run to the end. I think there was a couple guys that were running a little faster than us, but they were so far back in the field that there wasn't enough time, obviously. But yeah, it was a wild night, and I'm just glad we came home with a win.
It looked like Flash was pushing this truck around the racetrack here tonight. You started in the back, worked all the way up through the field here, led 25 laps in this session. I don't think you led any in the first session, actually, come to think of it here, but just an excellent race for you. Anything that you want to say here on the broadcast for the first win that I've witnessed you have here on VSPEED?
Not really. I mean, it's like I think Ray Sean was just in here. He's my buddy, so I'm glad he had a good run. And just that flash paint scheme that my buddy Daniel Plant Smith made. He makes all my cars, and we always look good racing. So if you look good, you race good, right? But no, and thank you for broadcasting, and that's really about it.
Awesome. Well, that's your winner here tonight. It is Bollinger, right? That's how you say it?
Bollinger, with almost like an A.
Okay, Bollinger. Well, apologies. I've been calling you the wrong name.
That's happened forever. It's all right, buddy.
Colin Bollinger, still balling regardless in the 53, wins the race here tonight. Congratulations. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, buddy. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we better see you on the racetrack. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
And that is going to do it for our post-race show here. For the Mystic Racing League and their Black Diamond Designs Truck Series here in the Black Diamond Designs 175 at Charlotte. It was an interesting event, to say the least, between the red flag in the middle, the little intermission that we had, the cautions, the restarts, the strategy, just a fun race all the way around. Hot racetrack and a lot of drivers really having to wheel these machines. If you haven't already, make sure to check us out at VSPEED on X, VSPEEDSim.com on the World Wide Web. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? You don't want to miss any of this great racing action. But I got to thank everyone here at Mystic, Mr. Mystic himself, Brandon Willard, for being race control tonight. All the other admins, Alex Pollock, Brett Rinn, Derek Jewett, Harold Tucker III, Jared Knopfschneider, Reggie Kime, and others who help make this thing go around. Everyone here at VSPEED, Bradley, Adam, Eddie, Logan, all the other producers, commentators, and everyone else in between. I've been Morgan Cook. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time here on VSPEED. See you later.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.